Have you ever noticed how sometimes a subtle flicker, a seemingly insignificant change in our physical form, can hold the most profound secrets about what's unfolding deep within? It's almost as if our bodies, in their quiet wisdom, possess an innate language, constantly attempting to communicate with us, though we rarely stop long enough to truly listen. We tend to associate significant health shifts with dramatic symptoms, with aches and pains that demand our attention. Most people don't realize that before the shouts, there are always whispers, gentle invitations from our internal systems, urging us to pause, observe, and understand. There's something strange, almost paradoxical, about how the incredibly intricate, life-sustaining work of an organ as vital as your liver can cast its telltale reflections onto something as seemingly simple and everyday as your palms. It challenges the common belief that true internal health can only be discerned through complex medical tests. What if everything you believed about decoding your body's health was wrong, and some of the most crucial insights are hiding in plain sight? Could these two distinct spots on your palms be revealing a hidden truth, quietly hinting that your diligent liver might be aging or perhaps struggling faster than you are? Our bodies are living, breathing miracles, composed of an astonishing orchestra of interconnected systems, each striving for harmony and balance. At the core of this complex symphony, relentlessly working to maintain equilibrium, stands your liver. This remarkable organ, often taken for granted, is a true silent hero. It's your body's master detoxifier, filtering countless substances from your bloodstream, processing everything from the food you eat to the air you breathe, neutralizing toxins, and meticulously balancing hormones. Beyond detoxification, it's also a powerhouse of nutrient metabolism, storing vitamins, minerals, and glucose, ensuring a steady supply of energy, and even synthesizing essential proteins. Imagine a multifunctional supercomputer running non-stop, without breaks, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, often with astounding resilience. It's a workhorse, and because of this very resilience, it typically doesn't complain loudly when it begins to feel the strain. The liver can be remarkably damaged before it manifests overt symptoms like jaundice or severe pain, leading to what many clinicians call a silent epidemic. This means that for years it can carry an increasingly heavy burden, slowly accumulating wear and tear, gradually losing some of its youthful vigor and efficiency, without any clear distress signals. But what if there are signals, small, almost poetic clues, etched not on a screen, but directly onto your very skin, acting as delicate mirrors to its inner world? And what if these insights into your liver's current condition are quite literally in the palm of your hand? Let's gently turn our attention to the first signal your palms might be quietly relaying, a phenomenon known as palmar erythema, often descriptively called liver palms. Picture the robust, even tone of a healthy palm, perhaps a gentle pinkish hue. Now imagine a distinct, somewhat aggressive redness that doesn't quite match the rest of your skin, usually appearing quite symmetrically. This redness isn't typically across your entire palm, but concentrated most notably on the fleshy mounds at the base of your thumb, an area anatomically called the thenar eminence, and the corresponding plump area at the base of your little finger, the hypothenar eminence. You might observe it not as a surface rash, but as a deeper, persistent flush, almost as if the blood vessels beneath the skin are perpetually dilated, sometimes accompanied by a subtle sensation of warmth. It's usually not painful or itchy, which is precisely why it's so often dismissed or simply goes unnoticed. The intriguing question, of course, is why this specific redness appears. At its heart, this manifestation points to hormonal imbalances. Your liver, when operating optimally, meticulously breaks down and metabolizes circulating hormones, including estrogen. If the liver's function is compromised, whether by subtle inflammation, the silent encroachment of fatty deposits, or early fibrotic changes, its efficiency in processing these hormones can decline. When estrogen isn't metabolized and excreted as effectively, its levels in the bloodstream can subtly rise, acting as a vasodilator, meaning it causes tiny blood vessels, especially those in your palms, to expand. This expansion, a kind of sustained blush, gives your palms that characteristic redness. While pregnant women can experience temporary palmar erythema due to natural hormonal surges, its appearance in others, particularly if persistent and unexplained, is like a soft knock on the door, a polite inquiry from your liver, suggesting it might be feeling a quiet strain, performing its arduous duties with a slightly reduced vigor, perhaps having to work harder than it should for its biological age. Now, let's explore a second, even more subtle yet equally potent messenger that can surface on your hands: Dupuytren's contracture. This sign doesn't present as a color change, but rather as an architectural alteration within the very structure of your palm. It typically begins in the most unassuming way, perhaps a small, firm nodule or lump just beneath the skin of your palm, often near the base of the ring or little finger. Initially, it might be mistaken for a callus from manual labor, or perhaps even an old injury. But over time, what distinguishes Dupuytren's is its progressive nature. These nodules are actually early formations of thickened fibrous tissue, cords of hardened collagen that start to develop in the fascia, the strong connective tissue that lies just beneath the skin of your palm. As these cords mature, they begin to contract and tighten, slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, pulling one or more fingers, most frequently the ring finger, then the little finger, and sometimes others, into a bent, flexed position. What makes this so distinct is that it's not a joint issue or muscle weakness. It's a physical inability to straighten the finger, feeling as though the skin itself is pulling taut. The link between Dupuytren's contracture and the liver might seem less obvious than the hormonal connection to palmar erythema, yet it's equally profound and rooted in systemic health. While there are genetic predispositions and associations with conditions like diabetes and smoking, an undeniable, historically recognized correlation exists between Dupuytren's contracture and chronic liver disease, particularly those conditions leading to cirrhosis. The hypothesis here revolves around the liver's intricate role in inflammation and the metabolism of collagen and other connective tissue proteins. A liver struggling with chronic inflammation or damage may lose its ability to properly regulate these complex processes. This imbalance can lead to an environment conducive to the abnormal fibrous tissue growth seen in Dupuytren's. So, while you might glance at a slight puckering of your palm or an emerging lump and casually attribute it to a past knock or the relentless march of time, it could, in fact, be a deeply etched signature of your liver, signaling a subtle yet significant shift in its internal landscape, a quietly accumulating consequence of sustained effort. It's truly a testament to the wisdom of the human body that such deep internal processes can cast visible shadows on our external surfaces. These two seemingly disparate palm signs are not just isolated skin conditions, they are part of a larger, systemic dialogue between your liver and the rest of your being. When your liver is vibrant, resilient, and efficiently managing its myriad functions, it processes hormones flawlessly, maintains anti-inflammatory responses, and regulates the body's entire biochemical symphony. But when this internal conductor begins to feel fatigued, burdened by a modern diet laden with processed foods, environmental toxins, medications, or the silent creeping of metabolic imbalances like insulin resistance, this symphony can become slightly dissonant. The meticulous balance it strives to maintain begins to waver. Hormones linger, capillaries respond with a visible flush, and delicate protein pathways become prone to abnormal fibrous growth. Thinking of your liver not as a machine that simply breaks down or works perfectly, but as a living organ that undergoes a gradual aging process shaped by the demands we place upon it, helps frame these observations. It's like a tirelessly driven car. While it continues to run, the dashboard lights might subtly indicate that the engine is under unusual strain, hinting that a proactive checkup might be prudent before it reaches a critical breakdown. So if either of these subtle shifts in your palms has caught your attention, know that this observation is not a call for anxiety, but rather a gentle invitation for self-reflection and perhaps a deeper conversation with your healthcare provider. For so long, we've been conditioned to wait for acute pain or undeniable symptoms before truly listening to our bodies. But these palm signs represent something different, a more nuanced language. They validate that lingering feeling you might have had, that something inside feels just a touch out of sync, perhaps a low-grade fatigue, or a general lack of zest you couldn't quite put your finger on. They encourage us to look beyond the superficial and recognize the profound wisdom contained within our own physical forms, a wisdom that often precedes the louder, more urgent cries for help. Your intuition, coupled with these visible clues, forms a powerful duo, affirming that your body is indeed speaking to you. And here's where the story takes a truly empowering turn. The truly magnificent news about your liver, something often overlooked, is its extraordinary capacity for regeneration and self-repair. Even if it has been working overtime, struggling quietly under the weight of accumulated stressors, it possesses an astonishing ability to heal itself, given the right support and environment. This innate resilience means that recognizing these subtle signs in your palms is not an endpoint, but a beginning, an opportune moment to embark on a journey of profound self-care. Starting to nourish your liver means rethinking our daily habits, focusing on conscious choices that truly support its immense work. Consider recalibrating your diet towards vibrant, whole, unprocessed foods. Embrace an abundance of colorful fruits and vegetables, which are brimming with antioxidants, nature's shield against cellular damage. Incorporate lean proteins and healthy fats that are crucial for liver function and cellular repair. Critically, minimizing processed sugars, highly refined carbohydrates, and unhealthy trans fats is like offering your liver a well-deserved sabbatical from its most strenuous tasks. Hydration, often underestimated, is another cornerstone. Clean water is essential for efficient detoxification. Think about incorporating regular, moderate physical activity into your daily routine. Even a brisk daily walk can significantly enhance circulation, support metabolic health, and act as a potent ally against conditions like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which silently burdens millions. Moreover, reducing your daily exposure to environmental toxins, from common household cleaning agents to certain personal care products, can profoundly lessen the detoxification burden your liver processes relentlessly. And don't forget the profound impact of managing chronic stress. Persistent stress can trigger systemic inflammation, which reverberates throughout your body, including your liver. These are not radical deprivations, but rather acts of profound kindness and self-compassion, gentle yet powerful shifts that empower your liver to heal, rejuvenate, and regain its youthful efficiency. Ultimately, seeing these two signs on your palms isn't about jumping to self-diagnosis or alarm. Instead, they are deeply personal catalysts, invitations from your wise body to embark on a journey of informed curiosity. They serve as compelling prompts to seek the guidance of a healthcare professional. Sharing these observations, coupled with your unique health history, and perhaps engaging in a few simple liver function tests, can offer crucial clarity and help guide you towards personalized strategies that truly support your liver's long-term health. It's about stepping into a posture of proactive engagement, of mindful ownership over your well-being, moving beyond a reactive approach to health challenges. By acknowledging these quiet cues in your palms, you're not just looking at skin, you're deciphering an ancient language, affirming a deeper connection to your internal vitality, giving your magnificent body the awareness, understanding, and loving care it profoundly deserves. So, as you go about your day, take a quiet moment to observe your palms. Remember that they might be whispering an intricate story about your internal health, about the unseen journey of your incredibly hard-working liver. Let these whispers serve not as sources of worry, but as powerful reminders, as precious messages, gently guiding you toward deeper self-care and the potential to reclaim a more vibrant, energized version of yourself from within. Your hands, it seems, hold far more than just the lines of your life. They hold subtle, profound clues to the ongoing saga of your very well-being, reminding us that the path to optimal health is often paved with careful observation and empathetic listening. What if, by truly honoring these subtle invitations, you could write an even more resilient, more vibrant chapter for your own miraculous body? If this conversation resonated with you If it sparked a new awareness or offered a moment of clarity about your own health, please consider connecting with us further. Taking a moment to like this video helps these crucial messages reach more individuals who might be quietly searching for answers. And if you wish to continue exploring pathways to holistic well-being and receive more insights designed to deepen your connection with your body, subscribing to our channel ensures you won't miss future discussions that empower your health journey. Share your thoughts below. Have you noticed these subtle signs on your palms? What step are you inspired to take today to honor your liver's tireless work? Your insights can beautifully contribute to a community of care and shared understanding.